Hey everybody, this is the Fat Panda, back with another gym video challenge. Things are a little different this time around, since we've changed the league a little bit. Instead of the 17 gym lists we used to have, one for each type, we've actually downsized down to 8 gyms. Each gym has 2 different types. As you might be able to tell from my team, I am Psychic and Electric now. The new rules are we use 3 of each type. As long as we use one that is both types we have, or if you are like me and don't have, and there isn't a Pokemon that is actually Psychic or Electric, or whatever type combo you have, you can just go 3, 2, 1, and your 1 can be a wild card, whatever you want. This is the first actual match for our league since we've downsized. I'm going to be accepting a challenge right now from killernerd420. He's battled me a couple times before with my old Psychic team, 1 loss and 1 win, but now he's got to, of course, battle me again now that we've changed around a bit. So this is his first take at my new team. He does quite well in this video, and I will leave it up to you to find out whether or not he wins or loses at the end. And let's just get it started. Alright, my new team is substantially different than my old one, if you remember the videos from before or have ever faced me. I've actually changed it to a double battle now. I feel like it suits my typing a little bit better than a single battle. I open here with Cresselia and Medicham. He opens with his Staraptor and Ambipom. The Ambipom I have come to hate much. This is pretty much a do-nothing turn. He, of course, fakes out my Cresselia, and I go and fake out his Staraptor. Granted, I'm not doing as much as I would like, because he did lead with an Intimidate, so I do have a lowered attack. Couple flinches, and we reset. I bring Kobe back, because I'm fairly sure I'm going to get Brave Birded. So I send out my Cubone, who I know can take the hit quite well. But instead I actually get Acrobatics by the Ambipom. Of course it does almost nothing. And then the Brave Bird actually goes after my Cresselia. And I don't think it's going to do that much damage, but holy crap, it's going way down. It turns out he gets a crit. The hacks are on his side in this battle for sure, with crits and misses and the like. So I open up a Trick Room, which is, if you hadn't noticed by looking at my Pokemon, what my team is. So open up a Trick Room. Now most of my team is substantially faster in the Trick Room than his. Cresselia, or my Shack, uses Helping Hand now, which is just used to power up crazy fast Rock Slides. They'll do high damage and hopefully get flinches. I think it's like a 51% chance that at least one of your opponent's Pokemon will flinch. Tappy goes all the way down to 1, and Lapras somehow survives. Granted, I guess I can't really complain considering my Cresselia is still alive after that U-turn. Somehow still around. He brings his Ambipom back, brings out Gyarados, which I thought was a kind of interesting option. I mean, the Intimidate will lower the damage my Rock Slide does, but it's not going to enjoy the Rock Slide it's about to take. Because I will be using another Helping Hand Rock Slide combo, of course, because this just wrecks teams and doubles, and sometimes even triples. But of course, another hacks. I somehow, even with 90% accuracy, I get that unlucky miss. Hate when it happens, but his Lapras survives. Gyarados again survives. So, of course, he goes for the Ice Beam on my Marowak, which takes him out. He doesn't really have any defenses to speak of, so that was going to hurt. And his Gyarados actually uses Bounce, which I thought was interesting. So he's in the air now. I'm not going to be able to touch him next turn, which is kind of unfortunate because, my number of turns in a Trick Room are fairly low. You only get 4 moves before you have to set it up again. So I send out D-Wade the Electros, and of course he's got Rock Slide as well. So that's going to finally take out the Leviathan, his Lapras. Of course it misses Gyarados because he's in the air off with Bounce. And then I just use Learn to Dance with my Cresselia. I know it's not going to do anything else this turn. It was probably the target of the Bounce anyway. So I use Lunar Dance, and I'm just going to bring in my my Medicham when I can, healthy. You know, heal up a little bit of damage is taken. Here's Bounce he actually paralyzes my Electros, which is rather unfortunate. He brings out his Ambipom, and I bring out, of course, my Medicham again, and it will get healed because of the Lunar Dance. So this turn I'm going to go for the Fake Out again, and I take out the Gyarados. I'm actually faster than it now, or faster than the Ambipom's Fake Out now because of the Trick Room. It confused me when it happened at first. I was like, wait, what? But yeah, he goes for the Fake Out on my Medicham. Of course, it won't do much other than a lot of damage, actually. And my Electros will finish off the Ambipom finally. So at this point, I'm feeling fairly confident. Unfortunately, though, the Trick Room ends. So now I am slower than his entire team, which means I have to rely on a miss or just get lucky and have him misplay to do much this turn. Intimidate comes back, lowers both of my guys' attack again, which is irritating to say the least. I bring my Medicham back. I think he's going to be important later. That Fake Out is just too good. And I send out Magnezone, Carmelo. Gengar goes for the Shadow Ball, which is aimed at Electros. That's going to do big damage. And take him out. So, he crits. I don't know if it mattered or not. I never really bothered to calculate it after the battle. It probably didn't, but I'd like to think it mattered. And of course the Brave Bird goes at my Magnezone, which was aimed at Medicham, so I'm glad I did the switch there. So now I bring out the Insanity, the Reuniclus. He's my last hope at setting up a Trick Room. Gengar I knew would Shadow Ball immediately, my Reuniclus. However, the thing he doesn't know is that since this Gengar isn't using a Life Orb or Choice Specs, it's impossible to one-hit KO my Reuniclus. It will do like 99.7% of my max health of my health at max. Granted, his Staraptor does get a little bit of revenge, or whatever you want to call it, on my Magnezone by close combat, which I didn't even think about. I don't really know what Staraptor can do, so that kind of sucked. But I do get my Trick Room up, thank God, because my Reuniclus can't actually die to a Shadow Ball. It's not boosted by an item. Bring out my Medicham again, go for the Fake Out. I could have probably gone for a Rock Slide here, but I didn't want to risk the miss, so I just faked out instead. And then I Shadow Ball the Gengar. Gengar has absolutely no defenses, and fortunately this one doesn't have a Focus Sash, which I knew from battles before, so I knew I could take him out this time and not, that's why I didn't bother Rock Sliding, which is something I might have done against a Gengar I didn't know. So he brings out Dragonite, his last Pokemon. I'm fortunately very equipped to deal with him. I have Hidden Power Ice on Reuniclus, and so that's going to just trash Dragonite's Multiscale, and then I hope for the hit with the Rock Slide. I get it, which is very fortunate, and Dragonite goes down. So I somehow managed to escape with a win here, despite a little bit of hacks and, a really good team actually for doubles, which I wasn't expecting from, a challenger in a league that is mostly single gyms. It was actually much more threatening than I thought it would be. 2 Intimidates, a good Fake Out user. I was actually quite worried when I saw what he was going to be using, so I'm glad it worked out this way. I'm not really, of course, looking forward to the next battle we have, because, after seeing what went right, what went wrong this battle, he has a very, very good chance to fix a couple mistakes he made, and possibly, not probably, because I'm very confident with my team, but he could possibly get a win the next time, or a couple times down the road. So, very, very good team from a challenger this early in the league. Yeah, it's a job well done, Killer Nerd, and I hope to see you put up just as good fights every other time we fight, and whenever you take on the other gym leaders. So that's it for this battle. I have a couple more to record right now, so I'm going to cut it a little bit short. This is the Fat Panda signing out.